Operation Barbarossa wasn't just the largest invasion in history. It was a gamble stacked with hidden disasters. In this mini, we're breaking down 5 shocking things most people don't know about Hitler's attack on the Soviet Union, and how each one helped turn his biggest gamble into the beginning of his defeat. Most people don't realize just how short Germany thought this war would be. Hitler's planners believed the Soviet Union would collapse in a matter of weeks. Army groups north, center, and south were launched like a knockout punch. A fast, brutal campaign to seize Leningrad, Moscow, and Ukraine before the Soviets could react. They massively underestimated both the size of the Soviet Union and the will of its people to keep fighting. Barbarossa wasn't designed to last. It was designed to end the war in the East almost as soon as it began. The early German victories were huge, but they weren't decisive. In the first months, German forces encircled and destroyed entire Soviet armies at places like Minsk and Smolensk. Hundreds of thousands of Soviet soldiers were killed or captured. On German maps, it looked like the Red Army was finished. Even as these armies vanished, new Soviet formations kept appearing. Fresh divisions were raised, thrown into the line, and sacrificed to slow the advance. Germany was winning the battles on the map, but it wasn't breaking the Soviet Union. Most people think German logistics collapsed because of winter. But the cracks were there long before the first snow. As the Wehrmacht pushed deeper into the Soviet Union, every victory stretched their supply lines thinner. By late summer, the Eastern Front had already become a nightmare of dust, mud, and exhaustion. Barbarossa was slowing down before the weather had even joined the fight. When winter did arrive, it hit an army that was already exhausted. Temperatures plunged, engines stalled, oil thickened. Soldiers wrapped rags around their boots as frostbite ripped through the ranks. And then came the shock Germany didn't expect. Fresh Siberian troops arrived, battle-hardened, properly equipped for the cold, and fiercely motivated. In December, the Red Army counterattacked outside Moscow, and for the first time, German forces were pushed back. The myth of unstoppable blitzkrieg died in the snow outside the Soviet capital. One of Hitler's own decisions helped doom Barbarossa. With Army Group Center only about 200 miles from Moscow, his generals begged for a direct strike on the capital. Hitler diverted key forces south toward Kiev. The result was one of the largest encirclements in history, with hundreds of thousands of Soviet soldiers captured. On paper, it was a spectacular victory, but it cost time, the one resource Germany could never get back. By the time the Germans turned toward Moscow again, the Soviets were dug in. Reinforcements had arrived, and winter was closing its hand around the Eastern Front. That detour didn't just win a battle. It helped lose the campaign